The broadcast is now starting. All attendees are in listen-only mode.
Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to the webinar on New Zealand. Thank you so much for taking out your valuable time to attend the webinar. We are now joined by Ms. Kanika Arora, Market Development Manager in India for Tourism New Zealand. She will offer insights into the various tourist offerings of New Zealand. Kanika has an experience of over 12 years in the travel industry. Here at Tourism New Zealand, she primarily looks after the North and East markets and is a year old in the company, undertaking market and trade development activities across the country. After the webinar, we will move to the question-answer round, where Kanika will address all your queries. A certificate of participation will be emailed to all of those who attend the webinar for more than 40 minutes. You will receive the certificate within a week's time. Just a quick note on logistics. You are all kept on mute mode, and in case if you have any queries, please type in your queries in the chat box on your screen, and your questions will be answered at the end of the webinar. Over to you, Kanika.
Thank you. Hi, everyone. Kia ora. Welcome to New Zealand. Just I would reiterate again, as the lady just said, that if you have any queries, you can please put them in the chat box on your screen, and they will be answered at the end of the webinar. So let's start with the overview, what we're going to look at today in the webinar. We're going to see New Zealand in a nutshell, why we should travel in spring and autumn, what can New Zealand offer, regions of New Zealand, eyesight information centers, Qualmark, how can we help you sell New Zealand, and the 100% Pure New Zealand Specialist Program, which was just recently launched in July. New Zealand in a nutshell. New Zealand is of size of Great Britain or Japan. It comprises of 2 islands, North and South. It's got a population of 4.5 million. In New Zealand, we say where one journey leads to another. You get diverse experiences, spectacular landscapes in close proximity to each other. It's safe and secure, and we believe in Manakitanga. Like we say in India, in Hindi, Atithi Devo Bhava. That's exactly what Manakitanga means. Unique culture where visitors are warmly welcomed. Visa requirements? Yes, Indian citizens need a visa to enter New Zealand. If you have any questions, if you want more information, you can get on our immigration site. That's www.immigration.govt.nz. Currency of New Zealand is the New Zealand dollar. All major credit cards are accepted with a surcharge of 1.5%. ATM machines are there in all the cities. 15% GST is applicable. Tipping is not compulsory, just like it is in India. It's not compulsory. 1 New Zealand dollar is equivalent to about 50 INR, which keeps fluctuating. Airline update. So these are the airlines that fly to New Zealand, and we work with them. Singapore Airlines, Malaysia Airlines, Thai Airways, Air New Zealand, Qantas, Cathay Pacific. In addition to these airlines, there's also China Southern, which is doing exceptionally well from the north of India. You can look at this map where you can see the time that it takes to fly to New Zealand. As you can see, it takes about 18 hours to fly to New Zealand from India, which includes the transit time. Geography and climate. New Zealand, as you can say, is small, but not that small because there is so much to see and so much to do. 2 main islands, North and South. Just at the bottom, there's the Stewart Island as well. The coastline is over 15,000 kilometers. Highest mountain is Mount Cook, which is also known as Aoraki. It stands at 3,754 meters. North Island and South Island is different in their geography and climate. Let's see how. North Island climate is warmer, it's more populated, the drive times are shorter, it's more cosmopolitan, and there you can see more geothermal and volcanic scenery. South Island, on the other hand, has got dramatic scenery, alpine driving and glaciers, less populated, cooler climate with hot spots, expansive plains, and braided rivers. Seasons and weather. Best times to travel to New Zealand. Best time to travel to New Zealand ideally would be mostly any time of the year, except for winters for Indian travelers. But we encourage the Indian travelers to travel in autumn and spring, which is March, April, May, and September, October, and November. Let's see why. Availability of airfares and the ground product is better as compared to people who travel in December, January. Of course, there are going to be honeymoon travelers who will travel in that time period, which is all right. But if there are people who are flexible with their dates, I would suggest you push them to travel in the spring and the autumn. You get more competitive airfares and rates. You have increased flexibility for itinerary planning. The time is less busy, so your clients can enjoy the place to themselves. The weather is more settled, and it's great for outdoor activities. As you know, New Zealand is known as for outdoor activities, and because of weather, if you're not able to do those things, it's a bummer. What to wear in New Zealand? So as we say, you can experience all seasons even in one day in New Zealand. You have to carry winter clothing, warm jackets, wind cheaters, sun hat, glasses, sunscreen, and comfortable shoes, as you would need to do a bit of walking as well in New Zealand. What can New Zealand offer? Just a handful of our experiences include wildlife, food and wine, hiking. Now, when we say wildlife, it's more of marine wildlife that you would get to see in New Zealand. There are not going to be any snakes and tigers, etc., which is the perception that we have usually of wildlife. Food and wine, of course, it's famous for its wine and fresh food, which is right out of the sea, and there are numerous Indian restaurants, which we will share in the coming slides. Hiking, Middle Earth. Now, Middle Earth is where, Hobbiton and Lord of the Rings was shot. So the set is as it is, and it drives a lot of tourists to them. Water activities, Maori culture, geothermal activities, soft adventure. So if people who don't want to jump off the cliffs and are not adrenaline friendly, they can also have options of soft adventure in New Zealand, like horse riding, walking, cycling, and golfing. And of course, it's the adventure capital. Adrenaline is what you get when you travel to New Zealand. Everything is close in New Zealand. In one day, you can go from snowboarding or skiing in the mountains. So if you can see in this picture, this is the Remarkable Ski Field, which is located 45 minutes drive from central Queenstown. So you will probably be in the sun, and 45 minutes later, you will be in a ski field. People in New Zealand are warm and friendly. New Zealanders are open and friendly by nature and are usually happy to stop and talk to visitors. It's safe, secure, and stable. New Zealand is a relaxed and welcoming place to visit. It is a secular country, and different lifestyles are welcomed and accepted here. The police force is strong in New Zealand, and all criminal matters are taken seriously. They're often on the roads, ensuring motorists are obeying the road rules and not speeding. It is safe to travel to New Zealand, even if you're a single woman traveling. Eating out. Fast food, cafes, and takeaways is about New Zealand $5 to $9 per person. Indian restaurant meals would range New Zealand $15 to $20 per person. New Zealand food varies depending on type of food, locations. Typical food would be around $10 to $20 per person. Luxury would go up to $50 per person. There is a list of Indian restaurants that we have on our website. This is how it looks like. To go and reach this, you can go to www.traveltrade.newzealand.com, as you can see at the bottom of the screen. Go to Sales Tools and go to Useful Information about New Zealand. You will get the list of Indian restaurants there. It's divided as per regions, so that's what you can get. Let's have a quick look at the regions of New Zealand so that you know how the regions are divided. This is how New Zealand looks like. So there, at the top is the Auckland and Northland. On the right, if you can see, it's Pacific Coast Highway, Thermal Explorer Highway, Western North Island is here, Wellington right at the bottom of the North Island, Nelson and Marlborough at the top of the South Island. Then on the right-hand side, you can see Canterbury and Westcourt. Right at the bottom on the left side of the Southern Lakes, and on the right-hand side is Dunedin. Auckland. Auckland is the largest city with a population of almost 1.4 million people. It is also the country's international gateway. There's something for everyone in Auckland, relaxing or invigorating. Your clients can take in the sun at one of the many restaurants, cafes, or bars, savor some New Zealand's best wine at the vineyards, or take a short ferry ride to explore one of the surrounding islands in the Hauraki Gulf. And that's only a few suggestions. With a moderate climate and plenty to do and see, Auckland delivers an unforgettable experience. I'm just going to show you in pictorial form how Auckland looks and what you can do in Auckland. So shopping, there's a lot of shopping that you can do in Auckland. Auckland has enough shopping opportunities to test out anybody's credit card limits, from high-end designers to simple street market. Of course, for food, with so many different cuisines on offer, your clients would quite happily eat their way around Auckland. Many of New Zealand's award-winning restaurants are here, as well as plenty of lively little cafes serving the best espresso ever tasted. Sky Tower is one of the main attractions that Auckland has. So on the left-hand side, if you could see, that's how the Sky Tower looks. It's 328 meters tall. And there are plenty of activities that you can do up on the Sky Tower. There's a Sky Walk. On the right hand, you can see a guy doing the Sky Jump. And if you don't want to do any of those, you can just enjoy food and drinks with a view to remember. That's at the top of the Sky Tower. Now, Auckland being the city of sails, of course, there are going to be a lot of water and harbor activities available for your clients to do. Apart from that, there's a lot of history, art, and culture that Auckland has to offer. It occupies a unique heritage building. The Auckland War Museum is a cultural must, as well as the Auckland Art Gallery, which boasts both traditional and contemporary art. Hauraki Gulf Islands, the popular getaway, Wahiki Island, is just 40 minutes away by ferry. People can explore on foot, take a tour to visit the many vineyards that can be found on the island, browse boutiques and galleries, or sit down for some classic Pacific Rim cuisine. Other islands to visit include Rangitoto Island, Great Barrier Island, or the nature reserve of Tiritiri Matangi. These are certain activities and the scenic views that you would get around Auckland. That's the Tiritiri Matangi Nature Reserve. Rotorua. New Zealand's Maori culture is woven through the country and is a key part of the Kiwi or New Zealand life. Maori culture offers an incredibly unique experience for visitors. While your clients are in New Zealand, they can visit a living Maori cultural center and see their ways of life. They can watch a cultural performance and indulge in a traditional hangi meal. Rotorua offers many such cultural activities, including tasting a hangi, a tour of original pre-European Maori villages, or Maori performing arts. There are a few pictures to show you the Maori culture that prevails, and it's very active in Rotorua. That's the traditional hongi. Apart from that, Rotorua has one of the world's most lively fields of geothermal activity. With accessible hot springs and mud pools to visit, your clients can relax all day and soak. Incorporating such things as natural minerals, volcanic mud, and steam, clients can be pampered at a local health spa. There are volcanoes as well around Rotorua that you could visit. You can see a picture of people enjoying in the mud pools on the left. Rotorua also offers many exciting activities and adventure. These are a few that I'm just listing out here. There's a sheep show, there's a forest walk in the redwood forest, which is just about 5 to 10 minutes from Rotorua, mountain biking, Ogo or Zorb at the top right. Wellington, not a lot of New Zealand. With the harbour lining the city and an absolute multitude of dining and cultural experiences, Wellington has a lot to offer visitors. As the capital of New Zealand, Wellington is where you will find your parliamentary buildings. But the city isn't all politics. With plenty of cultural delights to take in too, from theatre shows to the impressive collection of art and history gathered at the Museum of New Zealand, Te Papa Tongarewa, Wellington is a foodie's delight as well, with an abundance of cafes, bars, restaurants around every corner. These are a few pictures to describe Wellington to you. Wellington cable car. It is from Lambton Quay to the Botanic Gardens. On the right, you can see the Te Papa National Museum. Down below on the left is the Weta Cave, Lord of the Rings. Makeup and all special effects were done here, and you can have a visit here. Your clients can go there and check that out as well. On the right hand side at the bottom, you can see the parliamentary buildings. That's the architecture that you get to see in Wellington. This is how Wellington Harbour looks by the night. Let's go ahead to Christchurch and Canterbury. You can ski, play golf, bungee jump, or go whitewater rafting, mountain biking, windsurfing, whale watching, and visit world-class vineyards and gardens. Where else in the world can you do that? Journeying through Canterbury is nothing short of breathtaking, with an abundance of natural highlights. Let's have a look at some pictures. That's how Christchurch looks. You can see the Hagley Park at the top left, the Christchurch tram on the right-hand side, Christchurch City bars on the left side. There's another place that is Kaikoura that you can visit and witness a range of marine life, including whales, dolphins, seal colonies, and if you're lucky, you might see the albatross as well. Akaroa Harbour is a very famous French history city where you can do a lot of water activities. Queenstown, renowned for being a thrill seeker's paradise, Queenstown continues to push the boundaries with what it offers its visitors. Queenstown offers year-round experiences, utilizing its heart-stopping surroundings to the maximum. Whether heading to the mountains during the winter or basking in the sun and enjoying the lakes and rivers during the warmer months, Queenstown has a long list of activities for your clients. Let's look at some pictures. Queenstown, as we all call it, the landscape wonder, that's how it looks. Another picture with breathtaking views. Now here we come to the glacier. That's the Milford Sound. Let's talk about the activities that you can do in Queenstown. Mountain activities, there are 4 different ski fields. There's plenty of snow to go around in the winter, which is not really very relevant for the Indian traveler. However, if somebody is wanting to do that, it is available. Other mountain activities also include, take on the mountains by foot or bike using the well-marked trails. Queenstown is the adventure capital. You can do the skydiving, bungee jumping, canyon swinging, jet boating, zip lining, luging, and a whole lot of other things. Your clients can get an adrenaline overload when in Queenstown. The picture is there, people enjoying skydiving. That's luge. And that's jet boating. There are other activities also offered in Queenstown with water like fishing, wakeboarding, water skiing, parasailing, rafting, and kayaking. Other experiences close to Queenstown include Arrowtown, heli rides, of course, Glenorchy, and golfing activities. Now, these were the couple of cities which are very, very famous, and people usually have these in their itineraries. I'm just going to talk about another 2 cities just to give you an idea that there are lots more to do in New Zealand than just these cities that I mentioned. Of course, there's Mount Cook in Queenstown as well. Bay of Plenty, which is in the North Island. It's got Tauranga, Mount Magni, and the White Island, which is an active volcano. There are beautiful beaches here. There's lots to do here and in the Bay of Plenty as well. So if somebody is doing only North Island, this is where you can send them. There's also Bay of Islands, which I have not included in the presentation, but in our website, you can find all places, all regions, and what you got to do there in detail. Nelson, that's in the South Island. It's got Abel Tasman National Park, the Nelson Arts Festival, and the Great Taste Cycle Trail. This is one of the options, if somebody is traveling from north to south, they could probably stop here for a night or 2. I'm going to quickly talk about the eyesight information centers. That's not how they usually look. This is in Hobbiton, that's why it looks like this. However, if you can see the sign on the right-hand side, the green and gray sign, which says eyesight. These are our information centers, and there are over 88 eyesight information centers all across New Zealand. If your clients get stuck anywhere in New Zealand, this is where you have to advise them to go. It is very important if there is anything that they get stuck with, they want to make a phone call, make a reservation, lost their way, need a map, you can get them to get to this center. Qual mark. New Zealand Tourism official mark of quality is the Qual mark. Like in India, we have the ISI mark. In New Zealand, we have the Qual mark. It is an assurance to your clients that they will receive quality and sustainable tourism experiences. It's the validation of insurance, safety, and regulatory requirements. Internationally recognized, it reduced customer complaints and increased customer satisfaction. It's like the ISI. So if there is anything that you're selling and it's not Qual mark, you can always write to us and we can probably talk to them about they getting into all the ways to get a Qual mark certification. That's the sign. That's how it looks like on the left. You can see in the picture. That's the sign of Qual mark, which is quality assured Qual mark. How we can help you sell New Zealand better? Like I was talking to you earlier about our website, which has got all the required information you need. I'm going to just show you how our website looks. So that's the website. You can note that down. It's called traveltrade.newzealand.com. If you can see at the top, it says planning trips, training. You got the sales tools, benefits, working with us, news, events, and updates. I'm going to show you a couple of slides so that you understand better how you can use this website. So you can see under planning trips, you got regions. We even have sample itineraries. accommodation, maps, directions, and you got a whole lot of information on all regions in the North Island and the South Island. If you go to the sales tools, you can see you could order marketing material, useful information about New Zealand. This is where you click and get the Indian restaurant list that we spoke about a couple of slides back. You can download maps. There's a visual library from where you can download images and videos and use it on your brochures or your website. The 100% pure New Zealand specialist program, the background on how this used to be earlier. Earlier, to become a New Zealand specialist, you needed to do 3 things. There were 3 criteria that you need to fulfill. One was to complete the 10 online modules. Second was to attend a training. And third was to do a trip to New Zealand. After doing all these 3 or fulfilling all these 3 criteria, only then you become a New Zealand specialist. We have changed this system, a training. You attend a training like what you're doing right now. You upload the details and you become a silver specialist. After doing the training, if you go and visit New Zealand, you become a gold New Zealand specialist. I'm going to go over this once again so that it's clear. For the bronze category, all you need to do is complete 10 online training modules. For the silver category, you have to complete 10 online modules, attend 1 Tourism New Zealand training session in the form of a webinar, frontline, event, or in-office training. In this case, you are attending the webinar, so you already have done one of the criteria. However, you will have to complete the 10 modules first to be able to upload your training. You have to upload the evidence of your Tourism New Zealand training on your personal dashboard. For the gold membership, you need to complete the 10 online modules, attend 1 training, visit New Zealand, and upload evidence of your trip to New Zealand on your personal dashboard. I'm going to show you in the other slides how the dashboard will look, etc., and how you can go and log in and become 100% pure New Zealand specialist. So once you are a New Zealand specialist, you need to maintain your status. How you can maintain that is, each status is valid for 2 years and will only expire if you have not maintained it by completing additional modules or in-market training. To maintain the bronze status, you must complete 2 modules every 2 years. We are frequently updating our modules, so you will always be able to learn something new. You must complete 2 modules every 2 years and attend Tourism New Zealand training in your market. Your status as a specialist stays with you even if you change companies. I'm just going to talk about briefly why you should list on New Zealand, and that's one of the benefits of you becoming the New Zealand specialist. So when you become a New Zealand specialist, you get a listing on newzealand.com, which is our customer consumer website. We do a lot of brand campaigns ourselves. If you were aware, you would see us on social media and other digital platforms. We get a lot of people coming onto our website, So that is where you play a great part, where you get those leads if you are listed on newzealand.com. When you create an account with a 100% pure New Zealand specialist program, you will be given the option to create a travel agent listing on our consumer website, which is newzealand.com. It is not automatic, so you should make sure you opt in during the sign up process. I'm going to show you in the slides to come on how and where that option is. Adding a photo and logo to your agent listing will improve your chances of receiving referrals. So don't forget to add them to your profile. Obviously, when somebody comes and is checking the profiles, they would obviously like a face to a listing. So it's always recommended you add a picture and, of course, the logo of your company. Why you should list on newzealand.com? It's free and easy. Newzealand.com receives over 30 million hits per year. Each one of those visits could be a potential client for you. It helps increase your visibility with consumers and therefore boosts your sales. Receive preferential listing on newzealand.com. The higher your status, the higher up the page you appear. Also, as we mentioned earlier, this will not change if you change companies. You will remain a New Zealand specialist and your listing will remain on New Zealand. Some tips for writing your listing. You have a maximum of 320 characters, so make sure you are concise. Introduce your personal background as well as your company. For example, how long have you been a 100% New Zealand specialist? Do you have a favorite activity or region in New Zealand? How many times have you traveled to New Zealand? Or do you specialize in a particular travel style, such as backpacking, luxury holidays, or even honeymoon holidays, which is very, very prevalent in Indian market? Make sure you highlight this so clients looking for specific holiday types can find you. Make sure your contact details in the profile are always up to date so that potential clients can get in touch. 100% pure New Zealand specialist program. Again, I'm going to show you how you can become a 100% pure New Zealand specialist. The first step is to go to our travel trade website. That is traveltrade.newzealand.com. Now, if you can see in the picture that's there, at the bottom, you can see a blue log which says login or sign up. It's right on our homepage because this is newly launched. We have it right on our homepage. There, you need to click on that. Or if you'd like to find out more about the program, there is another button, another blank that says find out more. You could just click on that, see what the program is, get more information, and then log in or sign up. Clicking on that button will take you to the sign up form, and that's how it looks. On the right hand side, if you can see where the cursor is at the moment, it says create new account. So if you do not already have an account, please click on create new account. I hope you all can see where the cursor is at the moment. Once you click on that, this is how the screen will look, and you would need to put all your information out here. Email address, password. Once you have submitted your details, you will be sent an email that requests that you confirm your email by clicking on a link. This is a verifying email, and you need to click on it to become a member. Follow the directions in the email to confirm your email address. If you do not receive the email to confirm your email address, then please check your junk mail folder. Ensure it has not been blocked bioservers. And if you still have not received, then you can please contact me. I will share my email address at the end of the presentation, or you can also email it to traveltrade@tnz.govt.nz. You are now registered on the 100% Pure New Zealand Specialist program. Log into the program. When you want to access the modules or submit your trip or training, you must log back onto the website. Follow steps 1 to 3 as above. Enter your username, which would be your email address, and your password, which is what you would have set up when you created your account. To become a bronze specialist, complete 10 online training modules. Enter your username and your password. Obviously, you would need that. When you have successfully logged in, you will be presented with your dashboard. This is where you can access the online training modules, upload your trip and training details, and see your status. If you can see at the bottom, the name of the person says John Smith. And on the right-hand side, you can see 3 tiers: the bronze, the silver, and the gold. So once you do the 10 modules, you will see that you are a bronze New Zealand specialist. Click on View All Modules to start your modules. This is how it'll look on the right-hand side. I hope you can see that. Once you click on that, just look at the image below. This is how the modules will look. You would need to do these modules, and once you've completed each module, it will show you green ahead of it. Yeah. So this person has completed the first 3 modules, as you can see, and the ones that have no color on it, they have not been attempted to at the moment. Upon completion of 10 of these modules, you will be certified as a bronze specialist. To become a silver specialist, upload evidence of your training. Once you log into your dashboard, I would request you all to please look at the image that's there. The person's name, as it shows, is John Smith, and it shows that he's already done the modules and is a bronze specialist. Now you can see at the bottom where the cursor is, it says enter details of your training session to reach silver. This is where you will have to click after doing the 10 modules. This is where you will have to click to upload the evidence of the training. Once you click on that, this is what, all right, I have a request to repeat that. I'm going back one slide. I hope you guys can see the slide. Again, this is where you need to click to upload evidence of your training. Once you click on that, this is what you will see. To begin entering the details of the training, click on one of the following. Either you can enter details of the training at Tourism New Zealand, or you can submit details of a training event that you attended in the form of a certificate, or if you've just attended the training, you can put a date, time, and the trainer's name. You can use any of these options to enter your training details. Enter the training details in the following format. When you are done, click on Save Changes. So it's very simple. You just simply need to go out there, put your training details, submit it. it will come to us and we will need to approve that for you. Once done, you will become a silver specialist. Have a look at the slide and look at the picture. Now the silver tab is prominent, and this shows that this person now is a silver specialist. To become a gold specialist and to enter your trip details, again, on the left-hand side, you will see an option saying upload evidence of your trip to reach gold. It's similar to what we did last time. You just need to click here and upload your trip details. Trip details could be your passport with the immigration stamp, your ticket, etc. Upload your scanned evidence. When you are done, click on Save Changes. Once Tourism New Zealand approves your training and your trip, this will be reflected on your account. If your evidence is not accepted, you will be sent a notification with the reason why it was declined. Upon approval, you will be certified as a gold specialist. To edit your profile for travel seller listing on newzealand.com, for example, if you change your company or you need to update your contact details, this is where you need to go. This is how your dashboard looks, as we saw earlier. Just below the name, John Smith, you can see there's a tab which says Edit Your Profile and Business Listing. This is where you need to click to edit your profile and add as much information as you want so that you are listed on newzealand.com and appear in the top list of people. This is the information. Have a look at this picture. Your personal details. You need to speak about yourself, the second box in the red. This is where you need to write about yourself, as we spoke earlier. What is your specialty, how many years you've been selling, etc. The more the information you give relevant to New Zealand, the more the people would want to do business with you. At the bottom, you can see this red box. Here you need to add your picture. And this is where you need to come back if you need to change your picture as well. Let's look at the next slide. It just shows you how you can upload your sales information. Continue to update your preference for newzealand.com. This is where you'll get the question where it will ask you whether you want to be listed on newzealand.com or not. Be sure to mark yes so that we have the permission. When you are done, you can just click on Update Profile. You can see where my cursor is right now, just newzealand.com, like this. This is a good example of a completed profile, just showing that to you. If you can see on your screen, this person's picture is there, his company logo is there. It shows that he's 100% pure New Zealand gold specialist. His name is there, his address is there. He's written so much about him. So this is the person very likely to get a lead from newzealand.com. He's got his website in place, phone numbers, mobile, and other links that you would want to share, like Facebook or LinkedIn, etc. Also note that once you update your profile, it will be reflected on newzealand.com after 24 hours. You'll have to give that time to us. Happy selling New Zealand. I hope this was helpful. And if you have any questions now, you can start typing in the chat box. Thank you so much, everyone. Before we finish, there is I need to speak to you about a trip to New Zealand that you can win, which of course you would have seen when we advertised the webinar. To celebrate the launch of the upgraded 100% Pure New Zealand Specialist Program, we're giving you the chance to win one of 4 places on a trip to New Zealand. All you have to do is become a bronze specialist. That is, you just need to do 10 online modules by 31st of October, and you are in the draw to win. For more information, again, you can log in to www.traveltrade.newzealand.com. Please do your 10 modules, become a bronze specialist, and don't miss the chance to win a trip to New Zealand. And the last slide will have my email address. If you'd like, you can note that. Thank you so much. Here am I.
That ends an insightful presentation from Kanika on New Zealand. I'm sure you have all gained valuable insights from the webinar. We are now open to taking questions. Kanika will now be answering all your queries. A big thank you to all of you, and we truly appreciate the fact that you have taken time off from your busy schedules. I'm sure the webinar has been informative and it will help you in enhancing your business interest. Just a gentle reminder, the certificate of participation will be emailed to all of those who attended the webinar for more than 40 minutes. You will receive the certificate within a week's time. Thank you.
Hi again. This is the first question that I have. Khushbu Kamar has asked this. She says, what is the difference between adventure activities and adrenal activities? Now, when I said soft adventure, I meant that there must be different kinds of clients that you would get who would want to travel to New Zealand. So people who do not want to do activities which are extensive adrenal activities such as skydiving, bungee, etc. They also have option of soft adventure activities in New Zealand, like golfing, cycling, swimming, bridge climbing, etc., which is not so harsh. So there must be people who wouldn't want to do harsher activities which are adrenal extensive. I hope that answers your query. I'm going to look at more questions and get back to you. Archana who asks, could you please give the website again for Indian restaurants? So all you need to do, Archana, is go to traveltrade.newzealand.com. You'll see a tab at the top which says Sales Tools. Once you click on Sales Tools, there's another tab which says Useful Information on New Zealand. And under that, you will find the list of Indian restaurants. In any case, I'm sure the presentation will be shared with you, and the recording will be shared with you, and you can have a look at that slide again, where I have shown you how you can reach the list of Indian restaurants. Okay, I have Ashwath Vyas Sudam, who's asking, what is a hangi? Okay, let me make it very simple. Like in India, when we have a meal that is tied in a handkerchief or in a bowl and tied at the top, we call it a handi with a D. So when you do the opposite, in New Zealand, a meal is prepared under the ground. It is a traditional meal that Maoris prepare. It is prepared under the ground, and it's called the hangi. It is the part of the cultural experience in New Zealand. A lot of people are asking if it would be possible to get this presentation for future reference. We will be sharing the recording of this webinar with you for future. I hope that suffices. If you still have any questions, you can always write to me or refer to our Travel Trade website. I have a great question by Anuj Bhattacharya. He's asking, is Indian driving license valid in New Zealand? Yes, it definitely is valid. You do not need another license to drive in New Zealand. Chances of mixing up? Yes, there are. When you go for the cultural experiences, the Maori culture experiences, you can talk to them. They can explain you. They tell you stories. They talk to you about their culture. It is very interesting, and it's a lot of fun. Soumya Sampath is asking if we can share a list of leading verified DMCs. Yes, we can. You'll have to please email me for that, and I will share that with you. Apurv is asking that Apurv is saying that he has already completed two trainings and he wants it to upgrade to silver. Apurv, I would suggest, if you've not done the 10 modules, I would suggest then a silver and then a gold. Anupama Prabhu has a question about Hallmark products that guests buy in shops. Yes, it is. It is related to all kinds of tourism products, hotels, activities, attractions, etc. Rekha Ashar says, I have already done the 10 modules. How do we upload the details as attending the webinar? Or Rekha, you can also just simply write the date of the webinar and we can still go ahead and approve that. Siddhi Joshi says that we need more destination information. Yes, I agree. This wasn't extensive on destination information. It was more about the newly launched 100% pure New Zealand specialist program. If you want more information on destination, I would suggest you go onto our travel trade website and you get all, it's a one-stop shop. You can get all kind of information there. However, we keep doing, so I suggest we use letter and get informed on the next webinar that we have on the destination. There are a lot of queries that I see about not able to log in to the site for the modules. I would suggest you write to me so that I can see your actual issue. Maybe you have forgotten the password. So either write to me or the other email that I shared, and we can look at it individually. Rajendra Joshi is asking another question, which is very, very important for everybody else to know. He says, is there ready reference itineraries available on your website? Yes, there is. There is ready reference for a lot of itineraries that is on our website about all regions. You can even sort by number of days, by region, by the type of trip, the theme of the trip, etc. There is an interesting question by Nisha D'Souza. What happens in case I have changed my organization and my login ID is that of my previous organization? Hi Nisha, that should not be an issue. Your login ID could be that, but once you change your email, your login ID would change as well. In case of any issues, you can always write to us and we will look at it individually. Pooja has a question. She says, what if we don't have a plan to go to New Zealand this year? Do we have to do the bronze and silver again to be a gold specialist? No, that's not the case. Once you are a bronze specialist, you will remain a bronze specialist until 2 years or until you do the training and become a silver specialist. Similarly, if you are a silver specialist, you will remain a silver specialist until 2 years unless you become a gold specialist. And even after 2 years, you can maintain your bronze or silver status by doing 2 online modules and attending 1 more training. Mahendra Singh is asking, I did complete 10 modules 15 days ago, but did not receive any certificate. Now, this is for everyone. Once you are a bronze specialist or a silver or a gold specialist, you are able to download your own certificates and your own badges and your own logo from your dashboard. You can simply download it, print it, put it on your website. It's up to you how you want to use that. There are a lot of questions around the DMCs, the verified DMCs. Again, I would suggest please email me individually and I can share the list with you. Meet Pancholi is asking, can we ask for the marketing material before becoming a bronze specialist to get a better insight? Yes, you can. For that, you need to register on our website and you can ask for the marketing material. Monica Chandan is asking, generally food is a major problem in abroad. Is it same in New Zealand? It is not the same in New Zealand at all. There is no problem. There are a lot of Indian restaurants available in New Zealand. There's a list of restaurants that we have shared on our website, which we spoke about as well. And you get Indian food very, very easily in New Zealand. There are a lot of questions around ferry services, self-drive, and itinerary planning. I would suggest please go on the website, you get all the information there, and in case there is still any query, you can always write to us. As I said, this presentation was primarily to introduce you to our new 100% Pure New Zealand Specialist Program. And all of you who have questions around your certificate, again, please go to your dashboard and you can download your own certificate from there. I think that brings us to the closure. Thank you very much, everyone.
a big thank you to all of you, and we truly appreciate the fact that you have taken time off from your busy schedules. I'm sure the webinar has been informative and it will help you in enhancing your business interest. Thank you.